Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Maybe technical problem. So yeah, thanks for coming. Um, so yeah, settle for just wait for someone to settle down. Yeah, good day, everyone. Again, my name is Ruby Jane Cabagnot. I'm currently based in Chile, Oslo, but Norway. Sorry, Oslo, Norway, but originally I'm from the Philippines. So yeah, so today I'm excited to talk about this new web framework, JavaScript framework. Um, and there's a joke that says there's always every month or every year there's always like a new JavaScript framework. But anyway, I'm excited to talk about this because this new web framework is why I believe it's truly remarkable. This Qwik, so I'll be discussing it and why I consider it to be the next generation of front-end framework and how its resumability feature earns its fitting name, Qwik. So yeah, what is Qwik? So it is a resumable front-end framework with an O of 1 loading time. So what does it mean? So two things to note here, the resumable and the O of 1 loading time. So basically, both simply means that you have an instant application startup, meaning the interactive of your website is so quick, no pun intended, that users can immediately interact with your application the moment your application loads. So, and what's amazing about this is that it doesn't matter how big your application, the loading time is still O of 1. So, yeah, so this alone sounds amazing, right? Especially if you realize that the current state of front-end frameworks right now, which mostly offer the 0 of n time complexity, meaning that the more complicated your app, or the more JavaScript that you serve to the client, the slower the startup time of your application. So, which means longer time for your users to interact with your website or application. And of course, nobody wants a slow website, right? But before we dive into the details of Qwik, let's first explore the challenges it strives to overcome, the creators of the Qwik, and the motivation behind this creation. So, yeah, for this today's session, we'll just go over some key topics. First, we'll provide an overview of various rendering patterns, including an overview of the challenges faced by the state and of the current front-end frameworks. And then we'll delve into why Qwik was developed and the problem its creators aim to solve. And then we'll have a little bit of demo and how to get started with Qwik, and then see the resumability and lazy loading features in action. So different rendering strategies. So like what I said, there are several rendering patterns utilized in web development, each with its unique advantages and use cases. So here's an overview. First, we have the CSR, or client-side rendering. So client-side hydration loads basic HTML and JavaScript and fetches data from APIs and renders content dynamically. So it's fast, responsive. It's great for complex apps, but may have a larger initial download and SEO challenges. So frameworks include React, Angular, Vue.js, and Svelte. And then we have the SSR, or server-side rendering. So this hydration strategy has the server create HTML with data. So the client basically gets pre-rendered HTML and JavaScript, hydrating the page and handling the dynamic rendering. It offers better SEO and faster initial load and dynamic updates, but may have a higher server load and limited interactivity. So the frameworks include this, usually the Next.js, Nox.js, Gatsby, Angular, and others. And then we have the static site generation, or SSG. So in this strategy, static pages are served directly to the clients without hydration. So this one offers fast load times and lower server load. So this is perfect for static sites. However, it has limited interactivity, dynamic updates, and server-side functionality. And example frameworks for this one, it will include Jekyll, Hugo, Gatsby, and Nox.js. And then we have the MPAs, or multi-page apps. So this kind of rendering strategy is similar to SSR, with the server creating initial HTML for each page. So the client gets pre-rendered HTML and the JavaScript, and handling hydration and dynamic rendering. So this one is great for sites with lots of content and diverse layouts, and it's easier to implement than SPA or SPA. However, it has slower load times, higher server load, and limited interactivity. So frameworks for this include Express and Ruby on Rails. And then we have this partial hydration. So partial hydration boosts SSR performance by hydrating only components that needs updates. So reducing client-side JavaScript and improving initial load time. So this one offers faster initial load and better performance, but also has limited support and may require a more complex implementation. So this one frameworks include Astro and Scali. So, yeah, so again, what is the state of modern front-end frameworks? So today's challenge is that JavaScript frameworks have grown in size. We all know this, with our websites needing more complexity. So as our website becomes more interactive, so meaning the leading to longer initial load times for single-page applications. So basically, this can cause our consumer-facing sites to lose customers in the end, because, like what I said, if your application startup code is very slow, the tendency of your users or clients will to leave the website, right? So basically, most JavaScript frameworks like React and Angular rely on hydration process. So this one, because they require lots of code to be downloaded and executed before the page become interactive. While essential for these frameworks, hydration comes at, like what I said, a significant cost. So this is the current trend in linear because of the current frameworks of, like what I said, of O of 1. So more JavaScript code can slow down the apps at the startup speed. So this negativity impacts user experience, especially if you have lower-end devices and slower networks. So if you notice, the problem or the issue is the hydration process. That's the core problem, the hydration process. So the question is, what if we could find a way to remove the need for hydration entirely? So resumability. So the Qwik, what I said, Qwik introduces resumability. This is a new rendering approach. So basically, it serializes website data, framework state, and event listeners into HTML while splitting JavaScript into small chunks. So the initial load is just static HTML with no hydration needed. So JavaScript for interactivity is then lazy loaded using service workers. So here's an image of the resumability versus hydration. So basically, Qwik serializes both the framework and the app states into HTML, enabling instant execution or resumption from where the server left off. So unlike, let's say, SSR or SSG frameworks, Qwik eliminates the need for to rerun the app's logic or download your extensive JavaScript code. So In this sense, Qwik sets itself apart by using resumability instead of hydration. So with resumability, pages become interactive without downloading and executing your JavaScript on the client side. So resulting basically, virtually instant page startup, boot up, since JavaScript isn't executed during the page load. And additionally, Qwik is progressive, meaning it downloads and executes only the necessary code for a specific user interaction as they occur. So here's so like what I said, the Qwik aims to make web pages interactive by faster by delaying JavaScript and using the browser lazy loading feature. So unlike other frameworks, Qwik doesn't need a lots of code to run before users can interact with your application or with the page. So this approach makes Qwik applications function more like streamable apps or like a video streaming, as opposed to downloading everything upfront before interaction can take place. So how to get started? So basically so here, npm create, just create an npm create Qwik at latest or pnpm or yarn. And then there's a prompt there in the CLI that you can just follow along. And then you see the install of the dependencies. So yeah, let's see this in action. I'll show you some demo. You see? So here I have just a simple Qwik app. So as you can see, initially there's no JavaScript, of course. This is just a static page. But for example, I go to here counter. I have this counter. I have this like a alert button, increment button, and there's still no JavaScript, right? And then when I click until, let's say I click the alert here. And let's check this out. As you can see, just the alert button downloads this one. This particular code gets downloaded. Not even if you notice, not even the application, other application code, the framework code gets downloaded. Just this particular code gets downloaded. And what's amazing about this is, what's amazing about this, I'll show you the code. If you look at this, I have here the counter. So this is the counter button, counter component. So this is the usual standard way when you write the counter button, as a counter component. I have here, well, first things first, if you're a React developer, this one will look familiar. Basically, it looks like you'd think you'd be writing in React. You have, because the JSX, they're using JSX. And yeah, so I have here the button for the increment and the alert button. And then I have here the state. For this one, Qwik uses useStore. It's basically the same as, like, say, for React, useState, or yeah, this one use the useStore or useSignal. So this is the alert button, like what I showed. This one, this only gets downloaded. Not the other, like the other components or the button in increment didn't get downloaded, or just this alert button. Let me go back there again. Okay, I'm gonna let me refresh this one. So when I show you this, for example, when I click this increment, so the increment button, so This one also, this is the only one that gets, because this is the only one that's needed by your application. So this just this one. And of course, the framework, this one, it downloaded the framework also because it needs it for the UI update, this one, the count. So basically, that's it. Yeah, let me go back. So what happens here is because when you see this $sign here, the $sign, you should think, how Qwik is doing this one, like extracting the code and then just loading what it needs, what your application needs. So basically, if you see this $sign here on Qwik, you should think to yourself that this is a lazy loaded boundary. So this is where lazy loading happens. And this Qwik has a, so this piece of code gets downloaded by Qwik and can lazy load this particular part, only this particular part. So it doesn't have, and what's amazing about this is you as developer, you don't need to do anything special. Like you can see the code. You just write it as a standard, and you don't need to do anything else to make, or anything special in your code to make this fine grain lazy loading to happen. With Qwik, it just works out of the box. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm going to show you another, for example, of this clock. So this is an example of lazy loading execution in component. I have this, for example, I have this many components, add product. See, initial load, there's still no, there's no JavaScript being loaded, right? Or downloaded to the client. Until, let's make scroll down. There's still no JavaScript, right? Until this one, the clock component gets rendered, or becomes visible in the UI. So here we inspect this one. So it's just the clock component being downloaded. And of course, the UI also, the framework code, this one. And then, if I refresh this one, or let's go back, and then refresh. And also just this one, this button gets downloaded. And nothing else. So, how is Qwik doing this? Let's say, they have this thing called the Qwik Loader. So the Qwik Loader knows everything about, it's the one, it knows about the state of your application. It's the one, the one doing how to break apart your code and then lazy load it. And then the Qwik JSON here, I'm going to show you this one. This is how they're doing in the Qwik. And then the Qwik JSON here, this is how the Qwik serializes all the state of your application, not just the state of your application, the framework of the state of your framework, and the event listeners. That's why it's able to do all of this resumability. What else? Okay, I'm going to show you another one. For example, this to do. Here. Still again, I said there's no JavaScript, right? So until, for example, here, I interact with this one. If you notice, it downloads this one, the header. And of course, the framework code. Just this header, not this one. Not even the footer. This just on this particular code, because this is what the user just interacted with. But, for example, I do this. Of course, the item component gets downloaded, the framework code that gets downloaded in the item, and of course the footer, because there is it's connected here, right? There's also an update here in the footer. This one is the footer around here. But if you notice, there's no header. The header that didn't get downloaded. So, yeah. What else can I show there? Okay, let's go back to the slides. Oh, how do I do this? Wait, hold on. Sorry. So this is what I said. This is a quick loader that's being, it does the serialization of your application. I've shown that already. So, yeah, so we have the Qwik and the Qwik City. So the Qwik is a resumability framework at its core, and then we have the Qwik City. It is the meta framework built around Qwik, so offering basically directory-based routing, nested layouts, file-based menus, and data endpoints. So basically, Qwik City is what Next.js to React, and the Nox is to Vue, or Svelte is to Svelte, SvelteKit to Svelte. And yeah, to recap, so traditional rendering patterns use hydration for interactivity, causing your application to run twice. So the developer experience is good, but interactivity performance suffers. So basically, Qwik introduces resumability without hydration, providing you excellent performance that scales well using O of 1 notation. So developer experience remains good. Performance is greatly improved. So Qwik is server-side rendered by default. The SSR works out of the box, and then it is resumable. So unlike other frameworks, eliminating the need for the HTTP requests from the initial server render. So the app resumes where it left off on the server, resulting in the fast time to interactive. And then Qwik offers a fine-grained, lazy loading mechanism, unlike previous generation frameworks or current generation frameworks where developers had to manually configure it. So basically, Qwik automatically splits the application into the smallest JavaScript chunks, and while resumability ensuring a serializable app state, including the UI. So in this sense, I believe Qwik resumability introduces a new mental model that will shape the future of the framework space. So while Qwik may seem similar to React, or due to familiar API and JSX usage, it operates very differently under the hood. So yeah, Qwik reaches its version 1 just the other day. Oh yeah, May 2. So that means it's already stable for production. So yeah, that's it for me. And if you have questions, just feel free to approach me later or something. Yeah, thank you.